Hi, everybody. This is Elsie Trawick, and I'm on GoTarryn TV. And today we're going to talk about obesity continues to rise, and I'm going to provide some healthful eating tips to get you back on, to keep you on track with your diet.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday, December the 3rd. Welcome to GoTarryn TV. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and side by side, we're welcoming back someone we had on last month here, Elsie Trawick out of Atlanta, Georgia. Elsie, welcome back on GoTarryn TV.
Hey, Taryn, thanks. It's great to be here.
Well, it's always great to have you. For the folks who are watching Elsie for the first time, she was here last month talking about My Gluten-Free Life, and if you need more information on that, we're going to get you that information at the end of the video blog, how to contact Elsie and learn more about that. But that was last month's video blog. If anybody wants to go back and check that out, they're more than welcome to. That was the October 15th edition. Today, here we are. We're past Thanksgiving, and we're full on into December. Elsie, I wanted to have you on here so we could talk about obesity as our topic of discussion. So I'm going to go ahead and first of all, before we even jump into that, I wanted to ask how you're doing and how everything's going.
Hey, doing great. Everything's going really well. The
Good.
holidays are here. I'm so excited. My favorite time of year. It's wonderful.
And it's getting cold outside too. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
I
chilly, chilly. I've
both.
got my turtleneck
y-
on, got the cashmere
Yeah,
on.
you have your cashmere. I have my ugly, most ugliest holiday sweater too. So we're both in the season, the spirit right now. So that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So, yeah, again, Elsie, last month you gave us such awesome, insightful information. Everybody that I talked to that watched our video blog about the gluten-free topic of discussion, celiac disease, and everything else that you talked about was just wonderful. You really hit on a lot of stuff. So today, I understand you've got some nice, good statistics and information to share with us about obesity, and what a great topic of discussion. Here we are again, like we just said, people are going to holiday parties, eating a lot of Christmas cookies, drinking a lot of holiday spirit and everything else. So what a better way to have you on here to help? It's kind of like preventative maintenance to help combat that from gaining the pounds. Another statistic I'll throw your way is that the average American gains about 7 pounds from the beginning of December through the middle of January. So that's another really important thing that we want to address right now. So I'm going to let you take the forum and throw it back your way. What's your take on obesity in America?
Well, actually, it's gotten quite scary because I thought with all the publicity we have today and all the information that's out, the big organization, I mean, not the organizations, but the or Georgia Organics and other people concerned with health care, and
Yeah.
food, the quality of the food we eat, are
Mm-hmm.
all coming out. They want to ban soda, they want to reduce the size of sodas we can purchase. The information out there about artificial sweeteners and sugar and how much of that is actually in our diet we consume regularly and daily is very,
Right.
very scary. And we've been having this information put out there for years. And the federal government just released a report last month stating that obesity is actually on the rise. And the
Mm-hmm.
group it's hitting, I'm going to read some statistics off that they actually, the uh, um, health officials for the federal government released a report that stated that 38% of American adults were obese for the period 2013 through 2014, which is up from 35% for the time period 2011 through 2012.
Okay.
So we're edging up there. Obesity among young adults and young people and children was unchanged, which is another scary statistic because that is also including all the work that's been done for school lunches and getting sugar sweetened beverages out of the school systems.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still scary that it was unchanged. And then I've got some other statistics here for various groups. Obesity among black women was up to 57% for the time period 2011 to 2014,
Oh
which is
wow.
the highest rate of any demographic reported.
Wow.
followed by Hispanic women at 46%, Hispanic men at 39%, 36% of white women were obese, and
Mm.
34% of white men were obese.
Oh, wow.
Asians were the lowest demographic group, and they had a combined rate of 12%. So when you look at the statistics for other groups and Asians are at 12%, you can really see that that's a dramatic
Yeah.
percentage change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The report also stated that middle-aged Americans were the hardest hit. Adults between the ages of 40 and 59 had the highest rate of obesity at 40%, followed by people 60 and over at 37%.
Mm.
And so these statistics actually say a lot about our lifestyle,
Yeah.
and yet, which is amazingly shocking, is that the diet pill industry and the diet book industry and the diet industry in and of itself just makes hundreds of millions of dollars,
Yep.
yet we're still obese. We've got a very huge disconnect going on
Mm-hmm.
between what we're actually doing and what we're talking about.
Oh, definitely.
So, and the obesity problem is not just about weight and weight loss, it's also about our health. Because along with being obese
Mm-hmm.
brings all the health risks and the diseases. We've got diabetes, we've
Mm-hmm.
got heart disease, hypertension, and that's just the beginning of what goes on in our body, but also joint pain, joint aches, musculoskeletal issues with our bodies, that our frames, our physical frames,
Mm.
when you pack on these pounds, creates problems with our feet, our knees, our hips. Our other joints have to bear that weight, and that's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
people, because they're suffering chronic pain, chronic inflammation, they then create a sedentary lifestyle because of these issues that they're having.
Mm-hmm.
It also affects our social, um, how we relate to other people and how we get out and interact with people. When we're obese, we don't get out and interact as much as we do. It also
Sure.
affects our emotional ability to relate not only with other people but ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a good relationship or with ourselves? So it affects every aspect of our life. And other what I call diseases that are affected by what we eat and how we eat are
Mm-hmm.
allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Common allergies uh, our digestive tract, headaches, brain fog, dizziness, low energy. Our cravings are affected by how and what we eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Crave and what we don't crave. Um, then also another reason to think about obesity and our desire for a healthy lifestyle is the cost of health care today.
Mm-hmm.
It's just skyrocketing. And more employers are instituting or bringing in high deductible plans for
Mm-hmm.
employees so that we no longer have a low deductible. The high deductible may be 13, 15, 2,000, $3,000 that the
Mm-hmm.
employee has to meet before their expenses are covered at the not normal rate, which is 80%, 20% until you meet your out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's covered at 100%.
Mm.
So we're going to have to start paying for these issues created by what we eat and how we eat.
Yeah, certainly. Mm-hmm.
So that brings a whole nother thing, and then we've got um, another reason to reduce our weight and begin a healthy lifestyle is not only what insurance will cover, but the prescription drugs and the therapies and the treatments that are prescribed by physicians to deal with the issues of being obese.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
the big question is, why be healthy? Well, why be healthy? Good health is more than just feeling good. Robust health allows us to be active in the world and to achieve more than we can when we're tired and we're sick.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very true.
we don't not only do we want to, ways to combat obesity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ways to combat obesity are mindful eating. And by that, I mean really taking a good look at what we're eating, how we're eating,
Mm-hmm.
why we eat what we eat,
Mm-hmm.
and really thinking about what we're putting into our bodies, not just as I'm hungry, I need to have something, but really making thoughtful decisions about what we're eating, why we're eating it, and how we're eating it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of wonderful stuff out on the internet, and people can contact me about mindful eating because it's a good way to get in touch with what we eat, why we eat it, and how we eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And studies show that, and a lot of research has gone into that when people just stand at their counters, they're hungry, they're tired, they open a bag of chips, they don't put anything on a plate, they don't prepare anything, they just eat out of the packages, they eat a lot more than they even think they eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So mindful eating is taking the time to pull out a plate, take whatever you want to eat and put it on the plate,
Mm-hmm.
then take it to another room, to the dining room, cut all your electronics off, get out in front of the TV, and focus on what you're eating so that you're very aware of what you're putting in your system. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a very interesting and it's wonderful. I really enjoy the study of mindful eating. It's a good way for people who don't have a good take on why or what or how they're putting in their bodies, a good place for them to start.
Yeah.
Another thing is that we all need to cook for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
When we eat processed and prepared foods, even if it comes from whole foods, we're eating we're eating a lot more sugar, fat, starch
Mm-hmm.
than we do if we prepare that ourselves. And portion size is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Really watch how much, even if you have to go get your measuring cups out and say, I'm going to allow myself a cup of this, half a cup of this. You know, the My Plate is a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you put your hands together like that, and that should be what's on your plate. It also
Mm-hmm.
should be no bigger than your personal hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our hands fit our body, they're part of our skeleton.
Sure.
And looking at what we're eating and how much we're putting in our body. Regular physical activity. And by that I mean regular, where we're on a schedule, we're routine.
Mm-hmm.
We are putting not just once a week, but every day we're doing regular physical activity. That's so important to helping our bodies burn the fuel we're putting in it.
Mm-hmm.
And our attitude. Our attitude is huge in all of this.
Sure.
Attitude makes or breaks your ability to maintain a good eating program. Even when I talk to my clients about gluten-free lifestyle, attitude plays a very important part of how we see ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and what we're putting into our bodies and how we maintain our bodies.
Sure.
Uh, I'm going to go through a series of things that starting today that people can do to help them change the way they eat. Number
Excellent.
one, drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
Incorporate regular water in your day. Take a glass into work from you or work with you that you like to drink out of that's going to make it more appealing. So that you always, when that glass is empty, get up and go get some more water. So that at work you're not dehydrating yourself. You're continuing to fuel your body with appropriate enough liquid that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Practice cooking at home. The cooking shows, they're incredible online YouTube, online shows from the Food Network, chefs' websites. I have cooking classes regularly on my schedule, and I also do private cooking classes with people.
Mm-hmm.
But So there are a lot of wonderful cooking classes, especially around Atlanta. There's the chef Cook's Warehouse offers cooking classes, the Viking store. There's a lot out there on the internet that people can find. But practice cooking for yourself. Increase our whole grain intake. And by whole grains, I don't mean breads and cereals and flour products. I mean actually whole grains like oatmeal,
Hmm.
brown rice, quinoa, amaranth, millet. There are a lot of really good whole grains out there that you eat with your diet. Whole grains are essential. They can carry a lot of our B vitamins
Hmm.
and they help regulate our blood sugar as well.
Hmm.
Increasing vegetables, both our leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, bok choy, um, um, our sweet vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, yams, onions, things like that.
Hmm.
Not only, we all know the good, everybody eat their broccoli, but there are also a lot of other vegetables that, when cooked, are delicious,
Hmm.
and you can do a lot with them.
Okay.
Protein. There are lots of sources of protein. We all don't, for vegans and for vegetarians, you don't actually have to have animal protein in your diet to survive, but you do need protein. And there are lots of forms of it. There's eggs, meats, seafood, dairy, nuts, and certain grains have protein. So there's a lot you can do with that, and play with your proteins. Um, Mix them up, change them. One thing that is for sure, do not eat the same every day, because when you do, your body can become sensitive to what you're eating.
Hmm.
And eat less meat. We all consume way too much animal proteins, animal meats. We need to consume less.
Hmm.
About 3 to 4 ounces is really good. That's a good amount of protein. And depending on your height and weight, male, female, you may need to up that,
Hmm.
depending also on how active, physically active you are. And if you're an athlete training for an event, then you do need to incorporate more protein into your
Hmm.
diet.
Hmm.
But we need to eat less meat. We need to eat less dairy, because dairy is full of fat. Um, and there are a lot of research coming out now that as adults, we don't need as much dairy as the government has said we do need to eat.
Hmm.
A cup of yogurt a day is fine. We don't need to consume 3 to 5 servings of it. Really, one serving is fine. And also, we get a lot of the essential um, calcium and other vitamins in dairy, minerals. We get that through other sources, especially if you eat a very high plant-based diet. Lots of vegetables provide a lot of the same vitamins and minerals as dairy,
Okay.
and protein and calcium. We need to watch our sugar intake. Everyone can stand to cut their sugar intake. When you think about how much sugar the average American eats, it's very, very high. And a lot of the processed prepared foods are very high in sugar. The no fat, zero fat foods that are out on the markets now, when they say fat free,
Hmm.
they've taken the fat out, but they've replaced it with sugar.
Hmm.
All of those foods, when you look at the product, the labels, they're
Hmm.
very high in sugars, and that's how they maintain their taste and
Hmm.
their palatability with people, is that the fat has been replaced with sugar.
Hmm.
Chemicalized artificial junk foods, we don't need to eat those. And also, for people who are wanting to lose weight and wanting to watch their diet, crowding out by by preparing healthy snacks that you can take with you, which would be sliced cucumbers, sliced radishes, sliced peppers, sliced carrots, broccoli, celery, cauliflower. All of that, you can put that in a little baggie. You can spritz it with a little olive oil and a good balsamic vinegar and mush it around. You've got a great healthy snack. Raw vegetables with nut butters is a wonderful healthy snack. So instead of going for the junk food or the prepared or packaged foods,
Hmm.
prepare your own healthy snacks because you'll get more fiber in your diet and you'll get more
Mm-hmm.
vitamins and minerals and you'll get the same wonderful taste that satisfy the need at that time by eating a much cleaner, healthier diet. Also, consuming less coffee, alcohol, and tobacco. Those have been for years. We need to just ratchet it down.
Mm-hmm.
And because once you have your cup or two of coffee, you really don't need any more. All the same goes for teas, green teas, herbal teas. If you need a little pick me up, have some herbal tea in the afternoon with a teaspoon of honey. That'll bump you up and make you feel great. Or a glass of water with lemon or lime. Another thing to consider is start looking at your habits. A lot of how we eat and what we eat is created by habit. We feel, we're all working, we work hard, we work long hours, and maybe instead of getting up and going getting up and going to the vending machine, take a walk around your office building. Just put on your sneakers, walk up and down the stairs, take a walk, get a bottle of water or drink a big glass of water, and you may find that you don't have that craving for food anymore because a lot of that comes from boredom,
Mm-hmm.
sitting a long time, staring at our computer screens, or focusing an intense effort and focus, or trying to get a report out or a product done. That creates an intense feeling in our body, and a lot of times we need to just get up and shake it off, get some water, rehydrate our body, and refocus, and
Mm-hmm.
that will help. Another thing that really helps to do this is start working on our social relationships, develop healthy relationships that support you, the person. Uh, Find groups, or and not just exercise groups, but social groups that are in things you have an interest in. That helps create healthy relationships, fill a need that sometimes we fill by eating or drinking or smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And physical activity, find physical activity that you enjoy, whether that be lifting weights, Pilates, bar classes, it may be ballroom dancing, hiking, getting out and being out in nature. Find a hiking group, there are lots of them around. With the Beltline in Atlanta, walking groups, riding bikes. Biking is big here. But find a physical activity that you enjoy and that means something to you. Another thing to do is find work that you love or a way to love the work that you already have.
Mm-hmm.
And That's very important because a lot of us spend a lot of time at work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important there's got to be a point where you're enjoying what you do or you have found a way to get gratification and enjoyment out of what you are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. And the next thing is developing a spiritual practice. That is very important to us as people, as well rounded people, because spirituality, not just religious, but spirituality fulfills a great need in us as individuals, and it meets a lot of our emotional needs. So those things, I'm going to repeat them. These are 11 things you can start doing today to change your diet and to bring in a healthier lifestyle. Drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
Practice cooking,
Mm-hmm.
even if that means taking some cooking classes or getting online, looking at some videos and demonstrations. Increase your whole grains, and by that I mean not breads and cereals or flours, but whole grains: brown rice, quinoa, oats, amaranth, millet. Increase your vegetables: green leafy vegetables, sweet vegetables. Protein, there are lots of protein sources out there. Experiment with the different kinds of protein sources.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just eat chicken all the time. There's a whole world out there. There's turkey, duck, pheasant, beef. There's a lot more than chicken in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Eat less meat, eat less dairy, eat less chemicalized artificial junk foods. Consume less coffee, alcohol, and tobacco if those are developed, if you use those. Develop easy and reliable habits that nurture your body.
Hmm.
Develop healthy relationships that support you. Find a physical activity that you enjoy and do it regularly. Find work that you love to do, or find a way to love the work that you are doing or have in your life. And develop a spiritual practice. These are things that you can do at home. You don't need a lot of effort, but they will help you create changes. A couple of other things are watch your portion sizes.
Hmm.
That's very important, especially if you are wanting to lose weight.
Hmm.
Um, Another thing to do is to watch your portion size. That's a
Hmm.
big, 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 huge deal when we're trying to lose weight or manage a weight loss or manage a particular weight. Portion size is very important. And create healthy snacks for yourself. Don't go 8 or 10 hours without eating. Plan 2 snacks a day if you work long hours. I take a snack every day with me into work. Make
Hmm.
sure I have a snack. 6 hours is starting to be your max on how long you should have between meals. And healthy fats are very important because healthy fats help sustain the blood sugar level, and they also help you feel fuller longer. And healthy fats are olive oil, nuts, all kinds of nuts are really good, and they go in and they make a good snack for us. Yogurt with granola, yogurt with nuts, fresh fruits. Those are all healthy snacks.
Hmm.
So I've got an exercise for everybody to do if they're willing to do this is choose one of these steps and try it for a week. Think about what will your first step be? Then what are 3 things you can do to support yourself in making this happen over the next week? Think about it, write it down, keep a little journal, and follow that for a week. And then check back with yourself after that one week and check back with yourself during the week. When you feel like identify your moods, how you feel about what you're doing, how you feel about if anything is changing, do you feel good about what you're doing? Journal about that because it's very important. But check back in with yourself. How did it go? What worked for you and what didn't work for you? Are you ready to add another step, or do you need to continue with the one you've chosen? Does it need little bit longer? If you're ready to move on, pick the next step that resonates with you. And again, if not, focus on just maintaining the first step until you're ready to add the next. You will see and you will feel different in your body and in your mind and in your spirit when you start to make these changes.
Brilliant. Love it, Elsie. That is great. So that's the challenge for everybody watching, just to pick one of those steps and then focus on that. And I think you hit on just such a phenomenal, topic there, especially for the timing was perfect since we're at the end of the year here. And I can't thank you enough. So that was wonderful. Now, let me ask you, Elsie, in reviewing this video blog, for people to contact you directly, can you tell them the website for Facebook and how they can find a hold of you, your email, phone number, anything like that?
Yeah, sure. My name is Elsie Trawick. My business is My Gluten Free Life. You can reach me right now via my office line, which is 404-315-7665. You
Mhm.
can also contact me on Facebook. It's Elsie Trawick. And look forward to meeting people and talking with people, and we can continue this discussion.
Yes, that's great. And again, I can't wait to have you back on, Elsie. This was a really, really great topic, and I can't wait for everybody else to, I hope they enjoyed it as much as I did. Like, for next month, let's have you back on and pick another topic that's relevant with the holiday season. And I think it'll be wonderful to have you back on here next month here.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it, Taryn. Happy
Thank you.
holiday!
You too, Elsie. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you before the new year. And folks, as we fade to black here comes Elsie's contact information one more time. We'll see you, Elsie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, there you have it. Elsie Trawick, My Gluten-Free Life, and you need to contact her today. Hey, what an excellent video blog there. An awesome, insightful interview with her on the topic of obesity. And like I said, what a better time than now to have done that video blog. And I'm glad we got that one in under the books. We're going to have her back in next month, and we'll talk about some New Year's resolutions and goals for 2016 for each and every one of you, and for me probably too. So Elsie Trawick, My Gluten-Free Life. Also, folks, when you get a chance, please make sure to check out www.GoTarryn.tv. Bookmark that as a favorite to your web browser today, and tell 2 people about the website. Also, if you haven't done so yet, I urge you to please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, follow GoTarryn on Twitter. That way you'll stay connected with the master of the personal training universe, Taryn, the traveling trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who tells each and every one of you out there that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Happy Thursday, happy December. Enjoy the rest of this month and this week, and we'll see you on the next video blog, everybody. So long.